Yo, what is up, my Perrim people? It's JadeJonny back here in the Underworld. How you doing today? So, today I wanted to talk about a little idea I had. There's a lot of famous duos inside of Chaotic, and I wanted to take a second and look at them and talk about how I think that Chaotic could do tag team creatures. I think that that'd be a really cool idea. I think that seeing creatures come together and having dual creatures or dual nation creatures would be really cool. And so the thought I was thinking, right? You know how we have Borth Majora, right? Well, we also have Navina and Avina. We have this iconic underworld and overworld duo that are they're iconic, sisters that are separated at birth, and they're just iconic, right? What if there were one card? I think that'd be really interesting to see. I think that a lot of there's a lot of things that are unexplored whenever it comes to Chaotic, and I think that this is an avenue they could go down. We see a lot of other card games have started to dabble in two cards on one. You have the Dark Magicians, which is a fusion of the Dark Magician and the Dark Magician Girl. You have obviously the tag team Pokemon. I mean, you have the MTG. You have all the tag teams from the post-war, the Spark era, right? And I think that this would be a really cool, interesting way to go down the avenue, especially because these creatures that were previously loyal, they could not obviously not be loyal, or they could be loyal, and you can play both Underworld and Overworld in one deck, even though they're loyal. I think that'd be a really cool, interesting aspect to go down, where it's they can be the only loyal, because obviously you can't play more Overworlders and Underworlders with it, but you can play you could play Perithian Racer if you're not following the community rules of Perithian Racer being loyal now, right? If you could play the Perithian Racer alongside Navina and Avina and Zamul, because Zamul is unique, not loyal. So you could, something like that, where it's just an interesting aspect of a tag team aspect. Obviously, this is whenever the game comes back, right? I mean, you can't combine these two whenever the game's not being printed right now, right? But even then, there's even more you could go down the avenue with. You have Takinom, who is infamously a rival of interest, right? These two are the supporting cast for the main characters, Maxor and Chaor. So I think that'd be a really interesting. The main creatures, not characters, the main creatures, Maxor and Chaor, right? And then you have Maxor and Chaor themselves. You have I'm so far down because I was reading up on something. You have Maxor and Chaor, right? Who are infamously rivals. And even if you don't want to go with even if you don't want to do a split for them, because obviously that seems like it'd have to be kind of overpowered, right? You could go Chaor and Lord Von Blute. You could go Chaor and Takinom. You could go. There's a lot of interesting aspects to go down the avenue with, right? You could go Chaor alongside Ulmar. I don't have Ulmar pulled up, but you could do that. There's just a lot of good duos. Now I don't know much about Danians and Mepedians, because I can't tell them apart, right? But you know who does know about Danians? Victar, because Victar hates Danians up until the Marillion arc, right? He hates Danians until the Marillion arc. So what you do now is you have Victar team up with the Danians, and we already see a hint of that with some of the cards. Well, I could have sworn that Victar had another creature. I could have sworn that Victar had one of those. I don't know. I thought Victar had another card. Am I tripping? I could have sworn Victar had another card. Wait a second. Wait. I could have sworn that Victar had another card. Oh, I think I'm tripping. No. I don't know. I'll have to look it up later. I could have sworn that Victar had one, and he gained an additional ability for every single creature of another tribe. I could have sworn that was a thing. I guess not. I guess I am tripping. But yeah, you could have Victar combined up with Danians, because he hates Danians. You go back and watch the Marillion arc. He's taking issue with Danians more than he is Mepedians. So that's you could have him combined with a Danian. There's that Marillion who escaped from going back into the Doors of the Deep Mines, right? And you could have him team up with somebody. Then you go to Tenggith Toeborn. Tenggith is there's so many creatures that Tenggith you got along with during the Marillion work. I think honestly you could probably tack Tenggith into any creature, and it makes sense. I don't think that there's a creature that actually hates. You could put Tenggith next to Chaor and we'd be like, yeah, that makes sense. He's just that guy, right? Even Underworld players like me have to acknowledge Tenggith is that guy. He died literally for Perrim. So I mean, I mean, you can't get much Jesus Christ than that, right? But yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this is a cool idea or a cool avenue that we could see Chaotic go down? Because I would love to see this kind of avenue. It would allow for a lot of ways to work around the whole entire this creature has to be loyal, Max or Chaor, right? If Max or can't enter, yeah, and Chaor can't enter, yeah. It would allow for a lot of interesting aspects where even though they can't combine, they can't be on the same board as another thing. It'd allow you to have multiple armies with the loyal aspect. I mean, obviously, it'd be a new card without loyal printed on it is essentially is what it would be, right? But I think it would be a really cool avenue to explore in the future with game building aspects. And I want to know what you guys think. I mean, do you guys think that I might be crazy? You guys think that's a little overboard? I mean, obviously, it'd have to be balanced around the fact that it's two creatures instead of one. You'd probably see a higher energy pool. You'd probably see a little bit more, a little bit higher stats, and the effects probably wouldn't be as broken. But what do you guys think? I mean, I think this would be a really cool, adventure for exploration for the Chaotic team. So what you guys think down in the comment section down below. If you guys have any ideas about what you guys would like to see Chaotic do with cards that is new or creative, let me know down in the comment section down below. And I'll be seeing you guys later in Perrim. Let's port the Perrim.